Hola amigos. Well, we have already discussed the subjunctive fairly in depth using expresiones impersonales and expressions of wishing or wanting or verbs of wishing or wanting. Tonight, I would like to examine el subjuntivo con verbos y expresiones de emoción using the subjunctive with verbs and expressions of emotion. But first, let's recap the uses of the subjunctive. Um, I'm going to show you an acronym tonight. It's called WEIRDO that will help you remember when to use the subjunctive. By the end of this presentation, we will have looked at the first four letters, W, E, I, and R, wishes, desires, and imperatives. Things like quiero que, deseo que, that we have worked with pretty extensively. Expressions of emotion, which is today's topic, and verbs of emotion. Impersonal observations, anything that starts with es bueno que, es importante que, es posible que. We've worked with those quite a bit. And recommendations, which we've also worked with quite a bit. We will also have talked about ojalá, actually, as well. And then we'll come back to doubt, denial, and disbelief in another presentation. So, you want to remember that the subjunctive is always needed when we express a weirdo, one of these kinds of expressions or one of these kinds of verbal phrases, using the three-part formula on the next slide. Okay, where we have a subject, one, okay, and an indicative verb that has something to do with one of the weirdo categories. So, wishing or wanting, emotion, impersonal expressions, recommendations, doubt, denial, or disbelief, or ojalá. Que in the middle, we have to have that conjunction in the middle to introduce the subjunctive part of the sentence, and then we have to change subject in part 3 and have a verb in the subjunctive. Now, we'll do a quick recap of how to form the subjunctive in just a moment. So, just a reminder about how we form the present tense of the subjunctive, el presente subjuntivo. Okay, we always remember that we always take the present tense yo form of the verb. We cut off the o and we add the opposite ending. Okay, and that will apply for pretty much every verb except for the irregulars, which we're going to look at in a moment. Okay, so our endings for a, our verbs are going to be es, hemos, eis, en. And for eri, our verbs are going to be a, as, amos, ais, an. All right. We have already used quite a few of these irregulars, but we're going to go through them systematically now. Okay, I'll start with ser and ir. Here are the subjunctive forms of ser and ir. Repeat after me. Sea, seas, sea, seamos, seáis, sean. For ir, it's vaya, vayas, vaya, vayamos, vayáis, vayan. Here are the irregular forms of dar and estar. Again, we've used quite a few of these, but we haven't looked at them systematically until today. De, des, de, demos, deis, den. Okay. With estar, again, repeat after me. Esté, estés, esté, estemos, estéis, and estén. And then finally, the last two irregulars we're going to look at today are haber and saber. With haber, you can use any of these forms to create various tenses, perfect tenses with the subjunctive. But really, the only form we're going to be concerned with at this level right now is haya, which is just the subjunctive of hay, there is or there are. So repeat after me. Haya. and then we'll go through saber. So repeat after me. Sepa, sepas, sepa, sepamos, sepáis, sepan. Okay, now we're going to look at our verbs and expressions of emotion. After any of these expressions, and of course, I'm giving you one form of them. For example, here, me alegro de que, we could also say, te alegras de que, or nosotros nos alegramos de que. Keep that in mind, that I'm only giving you one form of these expressions and that there are others possible. Just remember that with the subjunctive, you can't have the same subject on both sides of the que. So if we have me alegro de que, some other subject is going to have to be used after the que. So what I'd like you to do with each of these is I'm going to say the beginning of the sentence. I want you have the translation in each case, and I would like you on a separate sheet of paper or on the printout of this PowerPoint, which you can find on Edline, I would like you to complete each sentence. Okay, so go ahead and complete each sentence using any verb you like that makes sense in the subjunctive, because these are all followed by subjunctive, of course, and just give me a logical ending to each sentence. So here we go. Try the first one. I'm going to say it. You can go ahead and pause and write your ending. You can bring these to class to share with classmates and with me tomorrow. Me alegro de que. Okay, so go ahead and pause and complete the sentence. Esperamos que. Okay, we've already seen esperar in the context of wishing and wanting. It kind of overlaps a little bit with emotion, hoping. So here it is again. We've already worked with this one, but esperamos que. Again, I could use espero que, I could use esperas que, that any conjugation of this is possible as long as you don't have the same subject, as long as you don't repeat that subject on the other side of the que. In this case, I've given you the nosotros form. Esperamos que. So go ahead and pause and write a logical ending to that sentence. No nos gusta que. No nos gusta que. Okay, go ahead and pause and write a logical ending to that. Me molesta que. Me molesta que. Okay, again, pause and on your separate sheet of paper or on the printout of this PowerPoint, go ahead and write a logical ending to that sentence. Siento mucho que. Siento mucho que. Of course, the mucho would just be I'm very sorry that. Go ahead and pause and write a logical ending to this sentence. Just by way of a quick review, here's the verb sentir in all of its forms. Siento, in the present at least. Sientes, siente, sentimos, sentís, sienten. Since it's a stem changer, I thought I would give you a quick reminder of its conjugations. Le sorprende al señor Jordan que. Le sorprende al señor Jordan que. Mr. Jordan is surprised at. Le sorprende al señor Jordan que. Okay. Los jóvenes temen que. Los jóvenes temen que. Okay. Temer is just a regular ER verb. Go ahead and finish off this sentence logically. Pause and write your logical ending. Tenemos todos miedo de que. The de is optional in this sentence, but it's commonly used. Tenemos todos miedo que. Or tenemos todos miedo de que. Okay, pause and write your logical ending. Es extraño que. Es extraño que. Es una lástima que. Es una lástima que. pause that one and write your logical ending. Es ridículo que. Okay, we've seen this one before, and when we looked at impersonal expressions. Go ahead and pause and find the original ending to this one. Es ridículo que. Es terrible que. Es terrible que. Es triste que. Es triste que. And of course, one of our wishing wanting expressions that we've already examined, ojalá. Okay, and with ojalá you can eliminate the que. This is the only subjunctive expression where you don't need a que right after it. It's optional. So ojalá or ojalá que. Ojo. What do we do after no me gusta? Just no me gusta. There's no que there. Okay, go ahead and write a logical ending to this one. No me gusta. Spanish one. No me gusta. Again, there's no que here. What would we do with tengo miedo de? Tengo miedo de. Go ahead and finish the sentence logically. And once again here we have temo without a que after it. What are you going to do? Temo, remember the verb temer means to fear. Okay, that completes tonight's presentation. Make sure you bring your answers to class tomorrow. We'll have a look and you can share them with your classmates. Van a compartir con sus compañeros de clase y conmigo. Y que tengan una muy buena noche. Hasta mañana.